Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being here. My name is John Boehler. I'm the Executive Director of the Coralville Community Food Pantry. It's really good to see your beautiful faces. It's been a while. If you don't mind, I would like to begin today, begin our groundbreaking ceremony with a land acknowledgement. This land that we call Coralville, Iowa, is the homeland of many indigenous people. The painful truth is that this land that's under our feet was stolen from many sovereign nations, including Meskwaki, Sioux, Iowa, and Kickapoo. May we never forget, and may we commit to learning more about our indigenous neighbors and celebrate all that they are and all that they've contributed to our society, especially in the face of violence, oppression, and colonialism. Thank you. So again, I thank you for being here, especially as we open this new chapter for this land behind us and this new chapter for our community. It's really special. A little over 3 years ago, I was in a meeting with Pastor Lee Brown at the Coralville United Methodist Church here, and afterwards she pulled me aside and said, "Hey John, I have a wild idea." And today, behind me, you are seeing this wild idea coming to life. And then, as you probably know, in the last year, we called on you, our friends and supporters, to lend a hand as we were attempting to build more than a pantry. And you responded swiftly and generously. We really appreciate that. And again, somehow we're here today. Construction is underway, and we are inches and inches away from meeting our $1.5 million fundraising goal. So that's really amazing. And so, of course, I do need to take some time to express my gratitude, so I'm going to bear with me. I have a lot of wonderful people and groups to thank. So first, I do want to start with Coralville United Methodist Church, their leadership, their members. It's such a brave, bold thing that you've done to donate this land for the betterment of your community, and I thank you very, very much. And we're really excited to very soon be your next door neighbor. That's pretty exciting to us. Second, to our Food Pantry Board of Directors, if you are currently on our board, please raise your hand. I know we have some of you trickled in here. These are some wonderful folks that have been really helpful. It's been a long process, but I've had really great people at my side helping me. And I know we have some past board members in the building too, so if you have served on this board before, please raise your hand. We got some OGs, yeah. Okay, oop, page turn. By the way, has anybody had, thank you. Have you tried our dirt cups yet? They're quite delicious. I want to thank these wonderful people next to me. So our amazing staff. We have Hi, who's our community projects coordinator. We have Peyton Evans, who's a social work student with us this semester. Loyal Ohm, our home delivery coordinator. And Felicia Piper, our programs manager. And somewhere out there we have a former staff member, Paula Harmijo Guajara, who left us recently, but all of these folks have been incredible in the work that we've done. They've been working tirelessly to ensure that our neighbors get the food that they need and deserve, so I thank you both, all of you. And I was hoping we had a special guest today, but I don't think she's here. But I do want to give credit to a woman who I consider to be the matriarch of the Coralville Community Food Pantry. I don't know if you've met Polly Nichols Marshall, but she put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to make this food pantry possible. So let's just lift up some joy for her. I'd like to thank the folks at Hodge Construction, Newman Munson Architects, Axiom Consultants, and Shuttleworth Ingersoll for taking this wild idea that we had and actually making it into reality. So thank you. And finally, I'd like to thank our generous supporters who made this possible. So throughout the campaign, we've had close to 200 donations from 200 donors contribute to this campaign, which is really amazing. And I won't read all of your names, but I will highlight some of the folks who've given at the foundation level, which is really exciting. So these are major gifts that range from $20,000 to $250,000. First, and maybe hold your applause because this is a long list, but City of Coralville, thank you very much. David and Noreen Revere, Mike and Julie Hodge, Green State Credit Union, Hills Bank, West Bank, Midwest One Bank, Shirley Altenhofen, Trey and Kim Martin, Brenda and Joe Albright, Johanna and Tom Kruckeberg, Coralville Community Fund, Mid-American Energy, and last but not least, my favorite, Anonymous. And you know who you are. So all of this happening could not be happening at a more opportune or critical time. As we speak, more of our neighbors than ever before are facing the scary reality of not knowing whether they can feed their families. You've seen the news. Inflation is at record levels, while safety net programs are diminishing at a rapid pace. Life is not getting any easier or cheaper. So the Coralville Community Food Pantry is a direly needed community resource, and this future building will help us build a stronger, healthier, and hunger-free Coralville for the long haul. That's all I have for now. We do have some wonderful speakers here today. I want to invite our board chair, Keith Jones, to come say a few words.
Thank you, John. I apologize. John and I did not coordinate our speeches, so you may hear some double thank yous here, but I don't think there's anything wrong with thanking people more than once who've made today possible. So on behalf of the Coralville Community Food Pantry and its board of directors, I want to thank all of you for attending today's groundbreaking ceremony. There are so many people who've had a role in this project from its very early dream stages to where we are today, standing on the doorstep, if you will, of construction of a new building that truly will be more than a pantry and will provide expanded and more efficient services and programming to our clients, our friends, and our neighbors in the Coralville community. While we would love to be able to recognize everyone that's had a part in this, there simply isn't time to do that this afternoon. But I'm hoping that all of you who have had a part know who you are and know how much we appreciate your support. I would like to take a moment, though, and give some special thanks to some key partners in this project who have and will continue to provide great guidance and direction as we move forward. As John has already mentioned, we would not be standing here today if it were not for the Coralville United Methodist Church. And even though this groundbreaking ceremony was planned to be out here, I think it's only appropriate that we're under the roof of the Coralville United Methodist Church, because without them and without Pastor Brown's commitment and her advocacy for making this happen, we wouldn't be here today. The church has welcomed us with open arms, and for that we'll forever be grateful. And we pledge to be good stewards of this unbelievable gift you have given us and the city of Coralville. So to Pastor Brown and the Coralville United Methodist Church, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. John mentioned the Coralville Community Food Pantry Board of Directors. I just also want to share my thanks for the effort and the energy and the vision that our board has had. You've been a wonderful sounding board and have given your full support to building the future of the Coralville Community Food Pantry. So thank you, board. Thirdly, John mentioned Newman Munson Architects, and I would specifically like to mention Kevin Munson and Nick Linsley. I know Nick is here today. They really have taken this vision that the pantry had and this dream and made it into a reality. So thank you, Nick, and thank you, Newman Munson. The general contractor on this project is Hodge Construction, and their guidance, direction, and flexibility have been incredible. And we're really looking forward to working with them on this as this project progresses. It's about 2 years ago that I was in Shellsburg, Iowa, and I got a call from Mike Hodge, and Mike said, "Well, Keith, Hodge Construction would really like to be involved in this food pantry project," and they've been involved every step of the way, and we're really glad to have them as a general contractor. So a special thanks to Mike and Julie Hodge for their support, to Weston Hodge for his expertise, his understanding, and most importantly, his patience with us, and to Alan Yates, and I don't think Alan is here today, but Alan will be the on-site project manager, so we're looking forward to working with Alan. A big thanks to the City of Coralville and to City Administrator Kelly Hayworth, who's been meeting with us now for probably 3 years, kind of helping us guide this process, and so his guidance and support has really been invaluable. And finally, we're here today because of the generosity of many of you, our donors and our supporters. And we thank you all for making this project possible. And by the way, there's still plenty of time to be involved financially. So if you aren't and you feel left out, just see John or see one of the board members. We'd be glad to talk to you about it. Lastly, I would really be remiss if I didn't recognize this guy right over here, our food pantry director, John Boehler, for his vision, his passion, his energy, his creativity, and not only leading the Coralville Community Food Pantry for the past 10 years, almost 10 years now, right, John? But spearheading and being the champion of this building project. So give John a round of applause. Thank you, John. David Revere just mentioned a few minutes ago that he thought we should open the door and have the excavator dump a bucket of dirt maybe right in here, which is probably a good idea, but we won't do that. But anyway, it truly is an exciting day and an exciting time for the Coralville Community Food Pantry. And with this new facility, we look forward to expanding our fight against food insecurity and to providing many years of service to the Coralville community. I'd like to leave you with the following quote from an unknown author. If you want to touch the past, touch a rock. If you want to touch the present, touch a flower. If you want to touch the future, touch a life. And to me, that's what today is all about. The beginning of the Coralville Food Pantry's next chapter and its ability to touch lives in a very positive way. Thank you.
Thank you, Keith. I meant to say earlier, I've been incredibly grateful to have the best board chair ever throughout this process. Keith's leadership has been so strong and thoughtful, and again, I just feel very grateful to have him, so thank you, Keith. Up next, I'd love to have Pastor Lee Brown, and I think Corey Houchins-Witt will be joining you, or are you flying solo?
Oh, no, Corey's going to.
All right.
I'm going to start and Corey's going to follow.
Thank you.
Thank you. Try to be quick. Clergy are paid by the word, so I know you're all scared. Let's see. As Christians, our collective calling is to share the love of Jesus Christ throughout our community and throughout the world. And every church, of course, has their own particular way of living into that calling, who they are and how they do this. At Corville United Methodist Church, our vision centers around two things. The first is affirming people as God created us, each and every one of us. And the second is feeding people as God wants each and every one of us to thrive. Our vision at Coralville United Methodist Church is to feed the physical and the spiritual hunger of the people of this community so that they will know, so that you all will know that you are bold and beautiful and amazing and loved by God. And so that means that we welcome and affirm and minister to people of all ages, races, ethnicities, cultures, gender identities, sexual orientations, physical and mental abilities, and socioeconomic statuses, just as they are, perfect in God's sight. And it also means that we embrace the opportunity to partner with people from all faiths and all walks of life. And it means that just like Jesus, we love to feed people. So much of Jesus' ministry happened around a table. And so for us, feeding the body and caring for the soul are intertwined. And always in our mission here at the church, we've gravitated toward feeding people. This church was one of the founders of Coralville Community Food Pantry way back when. And for years, we've sustained this connection, even as we've watched with joy as the pantry has grown out of one location, now almost out of two locations, changed its name, become its own nonprofit organization. Still, we've remained connected with the pantry, and they have let us be a part of what they're accomplishing, and so we're really grateful for that. And through that, we're able to move toward accomplishing our vision as well. And so it's been a wonderful partnership, each one benefiting the other. And so with the pantry outgrowing its current location, knowing that it was never meant to be a permanent one, a few years back, John and Keith and Corey and I were brainstorming about the possibility of the pantry using the church building. And it wasn't built to be a pantry, it was built to be a church. And so we were looking at the education wing and thinking, oh, how would you put a dock in there? What about the electricity? It just wasn't going to work. It wasn't going to work. And so we kind of let it go. But God didn't let it go. And so John talked about that meeting that we were in. John, the amazing asset that he is. And we were in this meeting, and afterwards, I just kind of looked at him and said, there's this empty lot next to the church. And he said, I've noticed that. And that's how it happened. And so here we are. And I want to just say, I am so proud of our congregation here. Each and every member of this congregation. For a church to give away a big chunk of its property and share a portion of its building, it's the right thing to do, but it's not the easy thing to do. And I'm so proud of the leap of faith that this congregation made. I'm grateful to Coralville Community Food Pantry because you've taken a leap of faith too in trusting us in becoming our neighbor and partnering with us in the space sharing. But ours is a long relationship. The bonds of trust are strong, and each of us, I think, will be better able to live into our vision and our mission because of this adventure. Not everybody knows it, but if you've been to the Coralville Community Food Pantry community meals, they're prepared in that little kitchen. That kitchen right there. It's not a very big kitchen. It's not a very efficient kitchen. But John comes with his staff and his volunteers, including a few of our folks, and meals for up to 500 people have been prepared in that little kitchen. And so imagine what can happen with this. I can't wait to see it. So none of this, sometimes you just have the right leader at the right time. And at this church, we really had the right leader at the right time. Our administrative council chair is Corey Hauschenswit. He is a financial manager now by trade, but he has a background in buildings and real estate and social service agencies and things like that. But mostly he just has a passion for this. And his passion has been evident from the beginning. And without him, this wouldn't have happened. So I'm blessed, the whole church is blessed to have Corey's leadership. And thank you for making this happen.
Hi, I'm Corey, and as Lee said, I'm the administrative council chairperson. I have something, a very short reflection. I just wanted to say a few words about what this event means to me personally as a member of the Coralville United Methodist Church. I just feel so blessed to be part of a faith community that truly hears the still small voice of God, leading us to look outward beyond our own ego-driven dreams of what our church might be to the real needs of our neighbors. The first letter of John teaches us, if someone who has worldly means sees a brother or sister in need and refuses compassion, how can the love of God remain in them? Children, let us love not in word or speech, but in deed and truth. It's through the act of giving land to the food pantry for this new facility that the members of this church have inspired me with the depth of their faith. It's with great joy that the Coralville United Methodist Church celebrates with the food pantry and the Coralville community this momentous day. Our congregation excitedly looks forward to finding new ways to support the food pantry's success and to fulfill our own church's mission to feed the physical and spiritual hunger of the people of this community so they will know they are bold, beautiful, amazing, and loved by God. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Lee and Corey. Up next, we have one of our wonderful board members who just so happens to be the mayor of Coralville, Megan Foster. Come on up.
Thank you, John, and good afternoon, everyone. I want to thank all of you for being here to celebrate the groundbreaking of the Coralville Community Food Pantry's new location. Today marks the beginning of an exciting chapter, not only for the history of this extraordinary organization, but for the city of Coralville as well. While the past 2 years have been exceptionally difficult, The need for more supportive services have always existed in this community. And we know, as John has said, that the need in this community is only increasing as we are beginning to process the social and economic trauma from the past 2 years. And although we have a lot of work ahead of us, I feel so much hope and love and gratitude for the way that this community has come together to support this project. I want to thank John for his leadership, for his compassion, for his vision, and for his relentless pursuit for a more equitable world. I want to thank the staff of the Coralville Food Pantry for your boundless energy and your passion, your hard work. I want to thank the church, of course, for your generosity, your partnership. And I want to thank every volunteer and community member who has lent their time, talent, and treasure to serve the Coralville Food Pantry over the years. And as we look to the future, we know that this new space will be more than a pantry. It will be a place for our community to offer expanded services and programming. It will be a place for our community to gather, connect, and to strengthen the bonds that we have with one another. It will be a place that represents the best of what Coralville is and what Coralville can be. So on behalf of the city, I want to say thank you. I want to say congratulations to the staff and supporters of the Coralville Food Pantry, and we look forward to working alongside you, united in our goal to create a Coralville that is built on love, hope, and caring for all.
Thank you, Mayor Foster. Okay, here's the deal. I have 3 requests of you. Number 1, eat more of those dirt cups. We have a lot of them. We put a lot of thought to those. They're delicious and they're fun. 2, we have right behind my father there, we have a table. We're asking you to fill out a card that will go in a time capsule. And we have a few prompts for you, just things to consider that you can write. We don't know quite when we'll open these up to look at them, but we just want to get them captured. So please take some time to fill those cards out. We have some pens. Write whatever's on your heart and pop it in the box there. And then at about 10 till, although what time is it right now? 10 till, we're going to head outside for the official golden shovel photo. So everyone's welcome to come on out, but I definitely want, especially our staff, our board, those foundational supporters, but everyone in this room is welcome to come out for one giant photo. So enjoy yourselves. Thank you again for coming. Appreciate your adapting with us with these wild winds, but please eat some food, fill out a card, and we'll see you outside in 10 minutes.